Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? How's everybody doing today? Um, I wanted to do a relatively quick video about this whole situation with Monique and Bonnets. Monique, the comedian. And I just saw a sideways comment about me not, I shouldn't take the bonnet issues or the sagging issue seriously because there's systemic racism that affects all of us. It's more pressing. Anyway, um, I've been fighting against racism since '85, since I was a junior in high school when I joined the Black Student Union. I've been fighting when I joined the Uhuru movement and started the African Student Defense Council on college campuses. I've been fighting against racism and white supremacy and for Black Power since I joined Occupy Wall Street and then started the Occupy Action Council and then coordinated some initial Black Lives Matter protests. I've been fighting against police brutality, gentrification, all of that. You can look me up, Google me if you wish, and you'll see. So all that being said, I also feel that there's other issues that are connected that start inside of our own community that are tied to but really are separate from the issue of race. And I feel like propriety is important, how we carry ourselves. Because it's not just about a bonnet, which I think is inappropriate outside of the home, or sagging pants, which I feel is inappropriate. But I think that it's the behaviors that surround the wearing of the bonnet, the sagging pants, the do-rags, and all the rest of it. I don't want to sit here and make too much of an issue of bonnets in public, because I will agree that there are deeper issues. But I feel like the issue of correction, correcting, self-correction when sisters try to correct sisters or brothers try to correct brothers, or vice versa, or brothers try to correct sisters or sisters try to correct brothers, that we shouldn't always just be so quick to dismiss it as policing other people's behaviors. At the end of the day, we need standards in our community. We need to become a monolith on certain things. Certain behaviors and certain presentations should not be allowed, should not be permitted, should not be, we shouldn't be able to, we shouldn't present ourselves because the young people and young children are always watching. So I think that that's really important. So to me, it's a bigger issue than just, wearing a bonnet or not, or do-rag or not. It's the issue of propriety. Propriety is one of the principles of my art. Truth, justice, order, propriety, harmony, reciprocity, balance. I think, and I'll be talking more about that. If we learn about my art, ancient Kemetan or Egyptian philosophy, spiritual system, that we would be better off as a people. But I think we have to start somewhere, and I definitely support the sister Monique and what she's saying. I don't know if you guys ever seen her show called, she had a show, only ran one season. One season. It was called Charm School, and it was so good because she was really like checking and correcting behavior way back then. This is probably like 10 years ago this show came out. It only lasted one season. She was really, correcting so-called ratchet behavior and thought behavior and stuff like that. And if that show would have gone through, who knows, maybe the whole Kardashian thing, maybe it never blew up. Because that was a very good show, influential show. Maybe I'll run some clips of that in the future, of that show, because it was really good. And I just think sisters need to respect themselves, brothers need to respect themselves, sisters need to respect each other, brothers need to respect each other, brothers need to respect sisters, sisters need to respect brothers. And I think we should draw the line on certain behaviors in our community, even beyond bonnets and do-rags and sagging pants. I mean, there's an energy that comes with when you just don't give a whatever, and you just carry yourselves in certain ways. And yeah, I know that there's more important issues than that, and I know that racism and white supremacy is real. But it also, goes back to, as I mentioned before, like or as I mentioned yesterday to this sister who was talking about what happened with the Chinese getting this law or whatever from Biden, and my response was like a multivariate response. Is first of all, what about all the PPP loans that black people are getting? What about the stimulus checks? And everybody's getting these things, but what are we doing with it? We could be using this money really to build community support organizations, build businesses, and all the rest of it. But are we really doing it? And instead of looking at the Chinese as scapegoats or they don't deserve what they're getting, we need to really, really start looking at Asian people, I should say, in general. Like, we're the ones, why are we spending so much money not only in their hair establishments and beauty supply stores and nail salons, but also like Chinese food? You know, they never spend any of their money in our community. They take their money right out. You know, but you know, we find reasons to chastise them for seeking protection against random attacks from people just because they're Chinese. So that's just kind of out of order. Anyway, the reason I even brought that up may not seem like it's connected. It's just the way that we think as people and as a people is very binary. We see it as this or that. We don't see gray areas. We don't see things holistically. And that's the problem. When people just say, oh, it's just the bonnet issue. It's just, you can't police the way people wear their bonnet. It's not even about all that. It's about correction. Just like somebody will correct a young man when he has, or speak on him, a young man when he's wearing his pants, you know, sagging. Or maybe even something about a do-rag. I don't think any of that's appropriate. And appropriateness and having standards and having a line and having values and morals and unity on certain things is very, very important. You know, yes, systemic racism is real and we should fight it. But we're not going to just, you know, just focus it on that. We got to look at what is within. Because no colonizer ever came into any country, particularly in Africa, without the help of other Africans. It's not like they just came in with guns blazing and took over everything. It's always been some culpability within that culture, within that nation, with the colonizer. So we got a lot of things that we got to do to clean up our own house, you know, before we can even address systemic racism and fight for power. So this is my long thought on that issue. And I just think that we need to have a bar. We need to have a standard. We need not to continually use the B word or the H word to describe black women. And we shouldn't be using the N word to describe our black men. I don't care what the behavior is, because there's an energy that comes with that we really need to look at and we really need to address. So yes, I will agree that there are bigger issues than bonnets, and this isn't an issue of us policing bonnets and what people wear and how they wear it. It's not an issue of that. It's an issue of discussion and really just talking about how do we raise the bar and how we present ourselves, and not only how we look, but the energy that goes along with that look. What are we really projecting to our young people? Because we got a lot of issues in our community that go beyond just the police. You know, we got a lot of issues that go beyond just gentrification and health care and other things. All these are definitely issues that we should fight and organize against and for. But at the same time, we got to look within our own culture, and we really got to be able to check one another and really establish a culture and guidelines and get on code so we can move forward. We done tried everything else. We done tried this thing called freedom, integration, inclusion, feminism, and all the rest of that. So I throw out ideas that are different. So forgive me for that, or understand if you're going to watch this channel, I throw out ideas to just get people's minds jogging. We don't have to agree on everything, but we should agree on the most important things. And I think the way presentation, how we present ourselves, and even more important, how we're able to correct or critique or help, or at least try to help motivate and elevate the conversation and become better and be open to critique as men and women is very, very important. You know, and propriety and how we present ourselves is very, very important, you know. So those are things that I want to discuss, because I don't like to go back and forth with my followers, or my subscribers, I should say, on this channel or anywhere else, because I'm looking for a solution, and my heart is clear, and my heart is for our people. at the end of the day, that's what's going on. So, yeah, I wanted to just say that. I might expand on that a little bit more. Excuse me. But I saw the comment, man, and I didn't like that. I didn't like potentially where it was going. And so I'll dead conversations before we start arguing back and forth. You know, on the one hand, this individual said, well, systemic racism is more important to me. And then I mentioned something about culture is important as well. And then she said, well, you shouldn't make an issue out of everything. Yet you just made the issue out of systemic racism. Like, come on, be specific. There's a lot of people out here that they don't believe on us being on cold. They don't believe that we have to start the revolution within. Within our communities, within our hearts, within our families, within our homes. It has to start here. That's what I'm talking about. So, please come here with a good heart and we can talk and we can discuss back and forth, but I'm not just gonna just debate. Like, let's try to get on code, man. Let's try to come up with some good solutions and conversations that go somewhere rather than just trying to win arguments and debates. So that's all I want to say, man. If you want to wear a bonnet, wear a bonnet. You want to wear do-rag, wear do-rag. You want to sagging pants, do that. But I'm going to speak up on it. Other people are going to speak up on it because, this whole thing about unbridled freedom, and doing what you want to do, we live in this world together. It's going to have an effect on other people. So some of you may not agree with this. I hope I don't lose any more subscribers, but if I do, it is what it is. But I'm representing the counterculture or de-counterculture, as you can see in the My Art series, which means I'm trying to create and help to create discussion that can start heading us in a different direction, because what we're doing now isn't seeming to work. So that's all I want to say about that, man. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm on the way to 2K. I'm at 1915 right now, which is up. And I just seem to be stuck on that number. I'm trying to get it up so we can get the algorithm going, get more people on this channel and other channels that I suggest, and to support black businesses and to support black organizations and other positive things that I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So definitely do that. I'll put a PayPal link down below. I'll put a CashApp link down below. Still fundraising so I can do more videos and improve the quality of my videos and have the equipment to do that. And I'm going to need your help with that as well. So anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll definitely be talking to you soon. I love you guys. Uhuru. Peace.